it's Jessii Vee, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about bouncy castles. So the history of them, and of course, a very creepy story about them. And I feel like at least at one point in all of our lives, we've been on a bouncy castle. So I hope I'm not about to ruin some childhoods, as usual. By the way, don't you think this top is so interesting? So it's like a t-shirt, but then it has these separate arm pieces, like they're not even attached, and it goes over my thumbs. I think it's so cool. Okay, before I get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know once again that we have some really cute, awesome new Easter, spring items on our website. So many cute plushies. And I'm so excited about these giant flower plushies. They're so cool. I'm going to show you. Look at these. They're tulips that come in 3 different colors, but they're huge and they actually have these wooden bottoms so they can be displayed in your room or your house, and they're so squishy and they're just like the coolest things I've ever seen, especially because you can actually display them. A plushie you can display, and it's so cute for spring. So if you guys would like one of these, I have linked it down below for you, but also just go onto the website and check it out because all of our new spring stuff is just so awesome. My sister also has a new little cow plushie. Look at that. Look at him, he's so cute. So yeah, everything is linked down below. Okay, so let's get right into today's video. Firstly, talking about the history of bouncy castles. The first bounce house was invented by a man named John Scurlock in 1959. Now, he was an engineer who was experimenting with different plastics to create inflatable covers and signs for tennis courts, swimming pools, and other enclosures. But one day, John noticed his employees having a blast jumping on one of his inflatable inventions, and an idea struck him. Why not create these inflatable platforms for kids to play on? And he ended up calling them the spacewalk, and sometime later they began to be made in the form of castles or water slides or inflatable obstacle courses, and they are usually rented out for school carnivals, church events, company picnics, community events, and other events where children's entertainment is desired. And like I said, I'm sure every person watching has been on a bouncy castle at least one time in your life. So if you have been on one before, comment the castle emoji down below. And if you haven't, comment the broken heart emoji. I feel like I'm mostly gonna see castles, but I am curious to see which one wins. I remember always having an accident on bouncy castles when I was a kid. I would always bonk heads with another kid. I would get a nosebleed. I mean, let's be real. There was always at least one kid crying inside of a bouncy castle. They were kind of dangerous because you just have a bunch of kids jumping up and down like popcorn, and they're eventually gonna crash into each other. I'm pretty sure my sister and I have had at least 5 fights in a bouncy castle. No one ever walked out of those things 100% okay, but they were fun. So now I have a very creepy story to tell you about them. This is called the waving clown, and guys, clowns are so creepy. Okay, so there's a very eerie story about a little girl who was looking out her bedroom window one day when she saw a bouncy castle in her neighbor's backyard. She assumed her neighbor's kids must have been having a birthday party, but as she stared at the bright and colorful contraption, she noticed that someone was inside of it. She could just slightly see through the netting on one of the windows, and it just looked like someone was standing there inside of it. They weren't jumping or really moving at all. And just before she turned away, this figure began slowly waving at her. She was shocked that whoever was inside of there had noticed her looking at them from her window, but she still chose to awkwardly wave back because that's what you do. And then she just ran downstairs to have her dinner. That night before bed, she looked out her window at the now dark and gloomy bouncy castle. It was being jostled about in the wind, and there were these leftover streamers all over the grass. It looked like they had a really great party, but something caught her attention once again. As she squinted her eyes, she saw that still there was a person standing inside of it. They looked even more like a shadow with it being so dark outside, but this time as she watched, this figure walked to the entrance of the bouncy castle and poked its its head out. She was so startled to see that it was a clown looking back at her. It slowly started to wave, and this girl felt such intense fear in that moment. I mean, like I said, no one really likes to see the sight of a clown. I've never understood those kids who wanted to have clowns appear at their birthday parties. No offense if you've ever wanted to do that, but it was always just so strange to me. But this girl was just wondering what this clown was doing there. If the neighbors had hired this clown for entertainment, shouldn't it have left by now? And was it the same figure that she had seen earlier? Did her neighbors know that it was still hiding out in their backyard? But still, she awkwardly waved back at it because it didn't seem to stop until she responded. And she went to bed that night with this very unnerved feeling in her chest. The next day, she told her parents what she saw, but they told her she probably just mistook it for like a paper clown decoration that was still left out after the party, or maybe her eyes were just playing tricks on her because she was so tired. Why is it that in every scary story, the parents never believe the kid? But once again, that night, she saw the clown looking out at her from the bouncy castle, just waving like it always did, and it waved for what seemed like hours in this bouncy castle. It was just looking up at her bedroom window. It saw exactly where she was. She finally called her parents in to try and prove to them what she had been seeing. But of course, as soon as they walked up to the window, this clown was gone. And they told her once again that it was just all in her imagination. The next morning, she was relieved to see that the bouncy castle had been deflated and the neighbors were in the process of sending it back to the place they had rented it from. But as she went and sat down at the breakfast table, she saw that her parents were standing in front of the television watching the news with their hands over their mouth. The news was saying that 5 kids had gone missing in their neighborhood, and right before they disappeared, they had complained about seeing a clown waving at them. This just creeped me out so much, and I just feel like I'm never gonna look at a bouncy castle again. Not that I'll be invited to a party where I can actually be in one because I'm an adult, which is kind of sad. But yeah, next time you see one, you might just think about this story. And if a clown ever waves at you, don't wave back. Call the police. I'm just kidding. No, maybe you should. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want me to do more videos about nostalgic things that we all did, give this video a thumbs up and let me know. And don't forget, if you would like to have one of our new giant tulip plushies or one of the new spring items on the website, I have linked everything down below. But I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hey guys, I am currently doing weekly auctions on the Jessii Vee website, and this is the item for this week. You've seen me talk about it in a video, you've seen me unbox it and test it out on my vlog channel, and what's so amazing is that all proceeds go towards our YANA program. We really need funding to support our schools who have implemented this program, and what better way than to donate and also get this really cool item that I've been talking about in videos. The auction lasts for 9 days, and you'll be able to see a countdown on our website, and the winning bidder will be notified. So good luck, and thank you once again for supporting everything I do and for supporting our YANA program.